Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of me playing Mario 64. Alright, it's time to go to a new stage. Let's pick something over here. There we go. By the power of star something or other. Open the door. Oh, this actually isn't where I wanted to go. Let's go find another place. I'm not being that picky. It's not one of the levels I'm like greatly fond of, and I can't get in the store. There we go. All right, by the power, yeah, let me in. Yeah, I got it. I'm getting how this works. Trust me. All right, Thwomp Fortress or whatever this is called. There we go. This is a good one. This is a good stage. I probably should have read that. I didn't. Sleeping Piranha Plants. Some coins. There we go. So, I was looking up the different versions of this game. For those of you who don't know, they re-released this game on a couple of different things. On the Wii U console. I'm sorry, on the Wii console. Maybe on the Wii U console. I'm not sure. But specifically on like the DS and everything. And one of the things that makes me really sad is my vision sucks, so I don't ever get handheld consoles. I think they're great, don't get me wrong, it's just with my eyesight they can cause a lot of strain. And here we go. There we go. Alright. It can cause a lot of strain, and the thing about it is I don't travel a lot, and a lot of times I'm not in situations where a handheld console would be worth spending the money to strain my eyes and give me a headache. Plus, if it's a game that requires a lot of reading, I just can't do it. Like, I'm sure the Phoenix Wright games are amazing, but trying to read what all's going on small screen, it just wouldn't work. I can just yell objection whenever I want and get kind of the same feeling. But I'm not knocking the games. I'm pretty sure everybody who's played those and the Professor Layton games have told me they're really fun. And now I see that Layton and Phoenix Wright are actually doing their own thing together, which is kind of, oh, well, that was wasted. Doing a game together, which is neat. That might already be out. I'm not sure. Alright, don't do that. These guys! Alright. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't shit. Watch this. Watch this. Just jump up. Oh, on your back. Shouldn't make your, weak spot so obvious with the giant X. But that's just me. What do I know? Just a plumber who's been doing this for years. The noise he makes when he's climbing this. Yeah. We can work on my stripper exercises. Okay, anyway, so the other versions of these this game added in some different stuff, like one added in a couple levels, and then another, if you don't know, once you get 120 stars on this one, Yoshi appears on the roof. Well, in one of the DS versions. Here we go. Here's the big cheese himself. You ain't shit. He's there from the start now. What's this? Bam. What you got? You ain't crap, homie. Come on. I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up and get thwomped. The side spin. The hit. He shoots. He scores. The crowd goes wild. Come on. Last one. Bitch. You ain't nothing. Very cool. Alright. Give me your star. Explode into a star like the other boss did. Here we go. Alright, cool. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, that other version though. The thing about it is that there are more characters that you can play as all these different characters. I think like Luigi, Wario, and I want to say Toad, but I really thought about trying to borrow someone's DS or something just to play around with that, because I don't even know if the characters play that much, like if they're different in style, but it'd just be kind of neat to run around these levels as Luigi or as Wario. That did not just happen. Alright, let's forget about that. No one saw that. Let's move on. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make sure I know what I'm doing with the camera angles now, so that that doesn't happen again. Let's get that, just in case. I know which star I'm going for, but every now and then I'm like, I should go ahead and just get... You know, every level has a star that you get just from collecting the 8 red coins. So, I'm gonna do this over here. Avoid falling again, because that was embarrassing. Move it, Thwomp. You're like an overgrown, fatter Thwomp. But anyway, I was just saying about the DS versions, I'd really like to play those. I'd like to mess around with that. I just think it'd be neat. Plus, I'm such a big fan of this game. I'm kind of surprised I haven't already bit the bullet and, you know, tried to do it. I'm sure there's an emulator for those where I could do it, you know, on my computer screen. It'd be a little easier to read. In fact, why have I not done that yet? I don't know. Alright, let's go back up here and replace the life I lost. There we go. More stripper action. I think Mario would make an amazing stripper. Probably has like one of the hairiest chests in video game history, other than Donkey Kong. But yeah, it's a good question. I want to pose this to my fans. Who do you think has the hairiest chest in video game history? Other than, and animals don't count. Let's Sonic, Donkey Kong. Let's not do that. Maybe Ivy, but like she shaves all the time. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about this, and I don't know why I just did that, because I don't need it to get the star I came after. But it's just fun. I remember as a kid knocking that board down and just thinking it was so cool that you could do it. And I remember I found that out because I accidentally ran into it. I wasn't even trying to do it. It wasn't like I was being clever or anything. I was trying to get away from the bullet, I think, or something. And as a kid, just ran into it. I'm like, wait, that moved. So I don't know who built this after the boss died, and did they use the parts of the boss to build this tower? Because that's a little morbid. Just throwing that out there. There we go again. Man, Mario's awesome. I'm the king of the world. Does anybody say that anymore? Was that just a Titanic thing? I don't really keep up. Actually, I've never seen Titanic. Don't all gasp at once. I watched the Metallica music video where it was like Seek and Destroy, and they had the ship breaking apart, you know, and it played Seek and Destroy while everything was going to chaos. Like, that part was good. I actually did want to see that movie because at one point, I and like 3 other people in the world were Billy Zane fans. Everybody remember Billy Zane? He was the Phantom. His best role was probably Tales from the Crypt Keeper, Demon Knight. But I actually kind of wanted to see Titanic because of Billy Zane. And this girl that I went to church with was just talking about how much she hated him. Because I guess he did so well as the bad guy. I've never seen the movie, so I don't know how well he did. But it was just funny. She and I were actually going to go on a date to see that movie. And then something happened. I actually don't remember why we didn't go on the date to see that movie. But she was telling me how much she hated Billy Zane. And of course, this is after I've just explained to her how he was one of my favorite actors. And that lasted until like 1998, and then maybe 99. I can't remember. Wait, when did Titanic come out? I actually have no clue when that movie came out. It was 97, right? Anyway, like not long after Titanic, I was no longer like the world's biggest Billy Zane fan. There were only 2 of them instead. Let's see if I can backflip onto this guy. I used to do that a lot. Okay, well, I can't get the button right, so no. Move, move! Alright. And a miss. Swing and don't do it now. You know what? You deserve that, Mario. Because you done screwed up. There we go. So speaking of Billy Zane, actually, this isn't a good segue. So I noticed, saw an article about the third Star Trek film, how they've contacted William Shatner about being in the third Star Trek movie. And apparently it's not just Shatner, it's like some of the other originals as well. I don't know who all they've contacted, but I think this is neat. I'm behind this idea. I've always liked William Shatner. If you've never heard him rap Shakespeare, your life isn't complete. I just want to point that out. But I'm a huge Star Trek nerd. Funny enough, my least favorite Star Trek is probably the original series. Not because I have anything against it. I didn't watch it as a kid. I watched TNG as a kid. And when I went back and tried to watch the original Star Trek, it wasn't that it was bad. I actually rather enjoyed it. There we go. But, just didn't get into it the same way. But I'm all about this, and I know a lot of people had problems with the second Star Trek movie. I thought it could have been better, but I didn't have nearly as many problems. Where am I going? I know it's around here. Oh, hold on. But I didn't have nearly as many problems with it as some people did. Let's look at the wind, do some trajectory. Success! Dun, 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 dun. And oh crap, that was almost bad. Not that like falling would have killed me, but still. Alright. Anyway, I'm curious if anybody else has any thoughts on this whole Star Trek thing. But I like the second one. I wish they had done something else. I wish they had done something other than Khan. It wasn't even Benedict Cumberbatch's fault. He did great. Finally watched Sherlock. That man is amazing in that. I'm sure he's done other stuff, but my first real experience with him was actually that Star Trek movie. So the other thing I read that was really disappointing this week, and this may not seem like a big deal to some of y'all, but the CW, after this season, is going to stop their cartoon Saturday morning block. And I don't have cable, so full disclosure here, I'm not certain if this is true. I'm going based entirely off this one article and off of what a couple of friends have told me. So apparently CW was the last one that had a full Saturday morning block of cartoons. Like apparently there's some other networks that will run the occasional cartoon or kids programming that might not be cartoons but might be more geared towards children because it's still Saturday mornings or whatever. But apparently CW was the last one running like a full block, and this doesn't mean that there are no more cartoons or anything. A lot of them air, from what I've read and seen, after school, so pretty much when all the kids are getting home after school. Now, why did I do that? What? Does anybody know? No. I must have really want that extra life. I think I just missed it. Okay, so about these cartoons. So like I used to get up ridiculously early, not just on Saturday mornings, but mornings in general. And I would get up before school and they would be airing G.I. Joe, the Bionic 6. Later it was Transformers, and man, I totally just blanked. There was another cartoon that was really big. Sometimes when I was really young, they would air like Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers in the mornings, and Heathcliff and the Cadillac Cats, which I loved. I liked Garfield, but I never really saw Garfield a lot. Actually, wasn't a huge Garfield fan. But anyway, so on Saturday mornings, which is the whole specific of this, I would get up ridiculously early. As a kid, I didn't sleep much anyway. But I would get up and I'd watch just a ton. I can't even mention all the cartoons I used to watch, because I was a cartoon, you know, I wasn't even picky. Like, I knew a bunch of my friends that would even say, like, they didn't watch stuff like Jen and the Holograms or certain other things because it was like a girly cartoon. I was like, look, it's a cartoon. I'll watch it. I specifically remember having a problem with the Cowboys of Moon Mesa. Like, I wanted to quit watching it, but I don't think I did. It's not the point. This guy's toast. You should have tried harder, because I just ran up on your ass. Anyway, alright. What was I talking about? Cartoons. Cowboys of Moon Mesa had a problem with... I actually got really tired of the Captain Planet cartoon until they did a couple episodes that were really good. Alright, so I was trying to figure out what I was doing, and then, let's just say, something happened that I had to exit the program. And you don't need to know any more than that. There we go. Alright. Love this board trick. I don't know why that amuses me so much. Alright, but anyway, so back to the cartoon thing. Some of the craziest things I remember, though, were like some of the Saturday morning experiments they would try, because they would have the cartoons, right? And then they had Saved by the Bell afterwards, which, you know, if you don't know, Saved by the Bell was huge for their ratings in the first, like, 2 years, I believe. And a lot of people still don't know that Saved by the Bell, actually, the version that most people know, it actually started as another show that was supposed to be called Good Morning Miss Bliss, because it featured that woman from The Parent Trap. Haley Mills, is that correct? I think that's right. I'm looking for this red coin. It's like one more red coin. And I forgot how to get that star up there. I'm going to have to remind myself. Or look it up, because I really don't remember. But anyway, so, like, that's how Saved by the Bell started. But when they relaunched Saved by the Bell as the new show and added Slater and, you know, a couple of the other new characters and changed, because the show technically started off in, like, Ohio, but then they kind of transplanted everyone to... Oh, there it is. How do I get it? Do I use the cannon? No, it's not the right angle. But they transplanted everyone to California, to Bayside. And to do this, they did this really weird Saturday morning thing that was like a bunch of the stars from New... Holy crap, I just took that bullet to the face. That was a really big bullet, too. I bet Mario has said that before. Okay, gonna walk that off and not get hit by this next one. But they did this thing where all these new characters from, it was like 2 or 3 different shows. It was Saved by the Bell and like 2 other shows that they were trying. Did you just punt me? Asshole. I'm not doing well right now. But anyway, so the point is that they did this thing where they ended up in this kind of like horror almost setting. I'm not going to die. I refuse to die from this. There we go. And it reminded me of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, because at one point Slater and one of the other characters were literally in a ball pit talking to some anonymous figure that was like, oh, you're a part of the new Saturday morning lineup. I know this sounds crazy, but it really happened. I remember it. I've never been able to find this thing. There we go. And I'm just going to keep rambling about this. So I guess the best way to end this is to say I kind of like to know what y'all's favorite Saturday morning cartoons were, and if you got up ridiculously early to watch it or whatnot. And if anyone actually remembers this whole thing that they did with the Saved by the Bell cast, and it was another cast of, they had some spin-off shows from that, like Running the Halls and California Dreams was another one. And I don't remember. There were other people there. But till next time, it's been fun. Hope you've enjoyed it.